Hey everybody, it's the TV Optimist, and I got a blast from my past to talk about a huge show from my childhood. KaBLam. It aired from 1996 to 2000, so I was 4 when this show came out. It's so fucking weird to think about. And it was nice. It has a really weird animation style. It's like a comic book. The hosts are Henry and June. June, this little white chick with blue hair. Henry, this black kid with green hair. And they both would open up their KaBLam comic books and they would tell stories within. And there was a bunch of regular shorts within. Let me talk about these. Henry and June had their own shit going on. And I love Henry and June. And I love that animated style that they have. This choppy fucking... It's so weird to describe it. It's not like comic book style. Them jumping from panel to panel, yes, but the animation style itself is very... I don't know. I love it. Just look it up. Just look up KaBLam and you'll know what I'm talking about. And there's a bunch of characters that show up within the Henry and June segments. There are shows such as Sniz and Fondue, Action League Now, Life with Loopy, Prometheus and Bob, The Offbeats, Jet Cat, Angela Anaconda, Race Rabbit, The Adventures of Patchhead, The Brothers Tiki, Fuzzball, The Louie and Louie Show, Little Freaks. That's a one time. There's a bunch of one-time shorts. But yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes on in this. And for those of you that are watching this are like, hey, talk about Action League Now. That sounds familiar. It's the fucking action figures. And it's like, oh, I'm going to go on this adventure and shit. I'm going to talk about those shows separately because I feel like they deserve it. I feel like they deserve their own reviews. Because they're shows within the show. You know, it's like now introducing fucking Jet Cat, and they're really good. So I'll talk about those later on. Anyway, KaBLam, season 1. Oh fuck yes! I haven't seen this show since I was a kid, and one day I just had to look it up to see if it wasn't some weird fever dream I had. Don't remember the name at all, but wow, a lot of this came back to me. KaBLam is a show with lots of other shows. I think there's a word for that, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyway, Henry and June are the hosts, 2 kids in a comic book who do silly things before turning the page to one of the shows, which includes Sniz and Fondue, a show about 2 creatures, like otters or something, that live together and get in wacky situations. Action League Now, a show made entirely with action figures about the Action League, a group of terrible heroes. This was actually on all that before making KaBLam its home, and it was a favorite. It was a show I definitely remember loving, but now it's my least favorite. Action League Now is fucking annoying, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. Life with Loopy, a show about a little girl, Lupicia, aka Loopy, who goes on, you guessed it, wacky adventures. Another show I remember, love it. The Offbeats, about a group of misfit kids who try their best to avoid the populars. Love this show too, very nostalgic. Prometheus and Bob, a collection of lost tapes shot by Prometheus, an alien, about his trying to teach Bob, a caveman. Again, very nostalgic, but not as funny as I remembered. Still a lot better than Action League Now. And Lava, a featured show in the segment Surprising Shorts, with very interesting animation with very little story. This first season also has the first episode of Angela Anaconda, before it got its own show on Fox Kids, and the Louie and Louie Show, a short about 2 hamsters. Favorite episode... Resistance is Futile. The last episode had Henry and June host the KaBLam Awards, in which Action League Now won the namesake award. All the episodes were great, to be honest. It was hard to pick a favorite. Damn it, I'm so happy to be watching this again. So excited for the next 3 seasons. It was really fucking good. This was a great time in my life to be watching these shows. I was like, so good. Season 2. Yay, more KaBLaminess. All your favorite shows have returned, plus more. The Brothers Tiki, about 2 Tiki brothers from another planet, which is decent, I guess. And The Adventures of Patchhead, a non-animated show about a weird country kid named Patchhead with a watermelon on his head. It's very reminiscent of Lazy Town. It really is. It's very, very fucking weird show. We also have 2 one-offs. The Girl with Her Head Coming Off, which I'll talk about in another review, and Randall Flynn's Incredible Big Top. Randall Flynn's Incredible Big Top. Talk about that too. Favorite episode. Won't stick to most dental work. The first episode of the season is the best because Henry actually quits the show because he's sick of June's shit and starts his own KaBLam themed restaurant. June gets sad and apologizes for everything, and yeah, friendship. Great season. Can't wait for the next one. Season 3, yay! But no, we lost the offbeats. One of my most favorites. We have to lament the loss of the offbeats. That a lot of these shows, when I talk about them separately, I'm going to tell you that I wish they actually got their own complete spin-off focused on that one show. And the offbeats is one of them. Great fucking show. We soon get 2 new replacements though. First is Jetcat, a show about a little girl who's a superhero. Pretty good series. And then there's Race Rabbit, a non-animated show about a secret agent rabbit who's also the best racer. It's all right, very all right. There's also a short called Untalkative Bunny and some music videos sprinkled throughout. Midway through the season, we would also lose Sniz and Fondue, which I also loved. I wish it would have been Action League Now. Oh my god. You guys have to know what I'm talking about. If you look up Action League Now and you see the fucking, the He-Man knockoff toy and all the other fucking characters, you'll be like, oh shit, I remember this. And you'll be like, dude, I love that. And try watching it now and you're like, oh, this is stupid. This is dumb. It's like those YouTube videos you see now that kids playing with action figures, and kudos to them for getting an audience and shit. My nephews used to watch shit like that. And it's but it's not funny. It's so cringy. I don't like it. Favorite episode, More Happiness Than Allowed by Law. The first episode had us watching June and Henry celebrate their birthday episode, but Henry forgets to get June a present. So the whole episode, Henry's trying to give her a cool present, but keeps failing. When he finally gives her a mood ring at the end of the show, he still pisses her off when he brags about getting her something, so then she clocks his ass. It's not the best, but it is for this season. Damn. Season 4. Oh yeah, because season 3 was really bittersweet because it's just really all that shit ended. So it's I was kind of bummed by that. Season 4. Well, this is it. It's been fun. Had a lot of laughs just to get to this destination here and cry. They had 2 more seasons planned, but Nickelodeon canceled the show all of a sudden, and it's bullshit. But hey, all things have to come to an end eventually. As they say, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. So yeah, no new shows, but lots of new shorts. There's Fuzzball. There's Garbage Boy. Emmett Freedy. Stewie the Dog Boy. The Little Freaks, the Shizagi, Dave, Son of Hercules, and more music videos this season as well. Favorite episode, Just Chillin'. The series finale has Henry and June desperately attempting to save the show, all the while slowly losing everything. It's sort of depressing, but it's my favorite because of its final short, Dave, Son of Hercules. It's hilarious, and with the same art style as the main show, it's a fitting end to a great series. You guys, all 2 of you, I'm so happy. I always poke fun at that in my YouTube channel and on fucking Nick's reviews. Hey, thanks the one person that watches these videos. Thanks to 1 or 2 people reading these. I'm so happy to have returned to memory lane once again. This is such a great show. Sadly, I gotta go watch some other shit. I might actually review all the shows within this show though, so it may not be done just yet. Thanks so much to my brother Austin Van Oss for requesting the series. Yeah, that was a great time. Loved KaBLam, and I think everyone should. Anyone that was a '90s kid, and the whole term, the whole idea of '90s kid, people can't really wrap their heads around it. People that were born in the '80s, late '80s and shit, are like, well, I was a '90s kid. I grew up in the '90s. That's not what we're talking about. If you were born in the '90s, you're a '90s kid automatically. That shouldn't count. What about 1999? They grew up with 2000 shit. Yeah, true. you were still in the 90s though. Like, and I guess if you want to be a fucking 90s kid, you're born in the fucking 80s, go for it. But anyone that grew up during this time had a great fucking time. KaBLam was awesome. It was a great part of Nickelodeon. Really sad that it got canceled and didn't get to see 2 more seasons. But it's probably for the best because those last 2 seasons were not popping like the first 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons added a lot more. I remember a lot more characters, a lot more shit going on with Henry and June. And they were actually planning a spinoff with just Henry and June. Had nothing to do with any other segments. And I would have fucking watched the shit out of that. And I will review that as well. Way down the line. Because I'm starting from the beginning with next reviews. But that's my thoughts on KaBLam. Like I said, thanks to my brother Austin for requesting the show. Son of a bitch has a beautiful mind. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.